Hi students, welcome to online class. So in this video we are going to discuss about the same chapter 9, lists, tuples, sets and dictionary. See, in this video we are going to discuss the topic accessing values in a tuple. How to access the values. If I want to access one particular value, how to access the one particular value. If I want to access all the elements in the tuple, how to access all the elements. So like that we are going to discuss how to access the elements in the tuple, how to update the elements in the tuple, how to delete the elements in the tuple. So this is the content of this video. So now we can see, like list, each element of the tuple has an index number starting from 0. So in the last week itself you might have studied in chapter 9 list, each and every element in the list is identified through the index. Each and every element in the list is identified through the index. So the index always starts from 0, right? I think you might have studied the reverse indexing also. Same like list, in tuple also the index number is used to identify each and every element. The index number always starts from 0. Right, see the next one. The elements of the tuple can be easily accessed by using the index number. So without the index number we cannot access the elements in the tuple. Right. Let's see the example. Tuple 1 is equal to, so the elements are given. Here what is the name of the tuple? Tuple 1. So what are the elements they have given? 12, 78, 91. So these are integer numbers. So they have given the string also. Tamil, Telugu, and then 3.14, 69.48. Why they are giving like this? A tuple can contain all type of elements. It may be any data type. It may be an integer, floating point, string, or whatever it may be. So the tuple can store all the types of data. Right? So to access all the elements in the tuple, how to access all the elements in the tuple? Very simple. Use the print function and then print the tuple. So if I give print tuple 1, now what it shows? The output is displayed like this. All the elements in the tuples are displayed. Right? I think you might have understood this. Already we discussed all these things. So let's see this in a practical manner. So ideally Python. So we want to know what are the elements. So I will just open the elements. So now the interactive mode will be open. So straight away I can give the values, that is the elements. So see here, I just scroll this way. Right. Oh, it's showing in a full screen. Right. Tuple 1 is equal to, so within parenthesis 12, 78, 91, and then they are given Tamil, so double quotes, Telugu, and then they are given the floating point values 3.14, 69.48. So now, so can you see this? Tuple 1 equal to 12, 78, 91, Tamil, Telugu, 3.14, 69.48. So when I press enter key, all the elements are stored in tuple 1. Now I am using print function, print tuple 1. So when I print tuple 1, all the elements in the tuples are printed. Can you see here? 12, 78, 91, Tamil, Telugu, 3.14, 69.48. Right, that is the output here also, it is shown here. Now if I want to access the selected elements, how can I access the selected elements? So here it is given as a example 2, how to access the selected elements using the indices. So a plural form of index is indices. Right, here you see the same example, tube 1, 12, 78, 91, Tamil, Telugu 3.14, 69.48. Now I am going to access a particular elements. How can I access the particular elements? So I am going to access from the index 2:5. Here the index 2 represents 91. That is 12 represents 0th index, 78 represents first index, 91 represents second index. So start value should be given here within the square bracket, start :end value. So if you go with the end value, always the end value -1. We should not stop up to 5. We want to take the end value -1. So you might have studied these things in the list itself. So starting value : ending value. We should not take the end value as 5. We should take n minus 1. So if the n value is 5, we should consider 5 minus 1. So here 2, it starts from 2, it ends up to 4. So 0, 1, 2, it starts from 91. So 3, 4. So Tamil is the third index, Telugu is the fourth index. Now what happens? It stops up to Telugu. So the output is shown as 91, Tamil, Telugu. Right? And then accessing from the first element up to the specified index value. So I want to start from the first index and then I want to stop up to the index what I have specified. It may be any index value. So I am not going to give the start value. See here, print tube 1. So I am not going to give the starting index, but I am going to give the ending index alone. So that is what here given, accessing from the first element up to the specified index value. So whatever I am specifying up to that end. So here print tube 1:5 without starting value. Now what happens? It starts from 12, it stops up to Telugu because starting value is not given. So it starts from 0, 12, 78 is 1, 91 is 2, second position, Tamil is third position, Telugu is in the fourth position. It is fourth index. Can you understand, students? Right. Now let's see this in a practical manner. So already I have assigned all the values here, 12, 78, everything is stored in tube 1. So straight away I am going to give print tube 1. I am going to give the starting index 2:5. 2:5. If I give like this, print tube 1 2:5. If I press enter, now what it shows? 91, Tamil, Telugu. It is accessing from the starting index 2. What is stored in 2? So 2 means 91. 0th position is 12, 78 is first position, 91 is second position. Right? Up to Telugu. If the same, if I give print tube 1 2:6, now what it shows? 2:6. So it starts from 91, Tamil, Telugu, it is showing 3.14. Why? Because ending value I given 6. So 6 minus 1, 5. So second position, third position, fourth, fifth. It is showing 3.14 also. Right. Without specifying the first element. Now print tube 1. Without specifying the starting, I am going to specify the ending alone. End position alone. I am giving the ending value alone. Starting is not yet given. So it starts from the 0th index. It starts from the 0th index. Can you understand, students? Right. Let's see the another two examples. Accessing from the specified element up to the last element. So in the last example, we didn't specify the starting index. We specified only the ending value alone. But here I am going to specify only the starting index. But I am not going to specify the ending value. So I want to start from one particular element. I want to print the entire list up to the last element. Right? I am going to print up to the last element. I am going to start from one particular index. See here. Print to tube 1 4 : ending index is not yet given. So here what is the starting index? 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So Tamil stands for third index. So what will be the fourth index? Telugu. So I should start from Telugu. And then what are all the elements? How many elements are there? All the elements will be printed. Because here no ending element is given. End position is not yet given. So it prints from Telugu up to the last element 69.48. You can see the output. Telugu 3, 3.14, 69.48. Right? So here ending position is not yet specified. Then last example, I am not going to specify the starting as well as ending. I am going to print all the elements. I am going to access from the first element to the last element. Very simple. You just use print tube 1. Within the square bracket, we can give only the colon alone. So starting is also not specified. Ending is also not specified, means it starts from the first element and then it prints up to the last element. So starting index is also not specified. Ending index is also not specified. So it prints all the elements in the tuple. I think you might have understood this. Let's see in a practical manner. So I am going to use the print statement. Print tube 1. So here starting index is going to be given 4 : but end is not yet given. End is not yet given. So it starts from Telugu 3.14, 69.48. If I use the same print statement, tube 1, so starting index is 2. So 2 : means what is the second element, that is second index. 12 is 0th position, 0th index, 78 is first index, 91 is the second index. So it starts from 91. So 91, Tamil, Telugu 3.14, 69.48. All the values are printed starting from the second index. If I want to print from first element to last element, so print tube 1. So simply I am giving colon. So no starting value, no ending value. If I print enter, if I press enter key, tube 1. So starting index is also not specified, ending is also not specified. Now it prints all the elements. Can you understand, students, up to this? So this is called accessing the elements from the tuple. How to access the elements from the tuple. Right. Now we are going to see the next topic, update the tuple. What is mean by update the tuple? See, in the first video itself, you might have studied list is a mutable one. Mutable means changeable one. Whereas tuple is a immutable. Tuple is a unchangeable one. We cannot change the values in the tuple. Then you might ask another question, sir, how it is possible to update? See, here the word itself they are given, we are not going to alter the values. We are not going to change the values. Instead of that, we are going to merge the values. We are going to delete the values. Merging means here we are going to join the values. See here, tuple is a immutable one. Tuple is an unchangeable one. The elements in the tuple cannot be changed. Whenever I assign some value 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 elements, 4 values are assigned in the tuple. I cannot change those 4 values. Instead of changing the 4 values, I can add the add some more values in the 4 values. Already the tuple contains 4 values pa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of changing those 4 values, instead of altering those 4 values, I can add some more values in the tuple. So that is what they used to call it as update the tuple. That is what they used to call it as update the tuple. See here, instead of altering the values in the tuple, joining two tuples together or deleting the entire tuple is possible. You can delete the entire tuple, or else you can join another tuple in an existing tuple. See here, tuple 1 is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So all the even numbers are given here. Tuple 1 is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 separated by comma. Then in second tuple, what I have given? Tuple 2 is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So all the odd numbers 1 to 10, it is given here. Now I am going to join these two tuples together. Tuple 3 is equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2. So already you might have studied in chapter 8. What is the use of plus operator? What is the use of plus operator? Plus operator is used to join the two strings together. So here this plus operator is going to join the two tuples together. So tuple 3 is equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2. So both the tuples are going to be joined together. So when I print tuple 3, now what happens? What is the output? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then comma 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So the second tuple 2 is added with it is joined with the first tuple. Can you understand, students? Right. You can see in a practical manner. So open the Python. So tuple 1 is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is tuple 1. Then tuple 2 is equal to, so I am going to give odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So all it is stored in tuple 2. Now tuple 3 is equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2. So if I add these two tuples, everything is added and it is stored in tuple 3. When I use print function, print tuple 3. Now what it shows? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Can you understand, students? Both the tuples are joined together and it is stored in tuple 3. Right. Last topic we are going to discuss is delete the tuple. How to delete the tuple? So deleting is very easy. So to delete the entire tuple, the del command is used. So we are going to use the command called del. So what is the use of del command? Del command is used to delete the entire tuple. So the syntax is given here, del, and then the tuple name should be given here. Del keyword should be used and then the tuple name should be given here. So we can see first of all we can see the tuple, then we can see how to delete. So tuple 1 is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Already the tuple 1 contains these values. And then I am going to print what are the elements in the tuple 1. What are the elements are there in the tuple 1? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I am going to use the command called delete. Now you see here. So tuple 1 is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Already it stores like this. Now when I delete the tuple 1, how can I delete? Using the del command. Del tuple 1. Del tuple 1. So now the entire tuple is deleted. But if I use the print statement and then if I see what is stored in tube 1, is it possible? See, already I have deleted the file. Already I have deleted the tuple. Now if I see what is stored in that, anything will be there inside that? No, nothing will be there. See, I am opening some folder, creating some folder and storing some files. Afterwards I am deleting all the files in the folder. If I again come back and then see what is in the folder, can you see any file or can you see any files? No, it is not possible. Like that, after using the delete command, after deleting the tuple, if I print the tuple, now what it shows? It shows error, name error. Tube 1 is not defined. Tube 1 is not defined. See, the delete statement deletes the entire tuple. When you try to print the deleted tuple, Python shows the error. If I try to print what is stored in that particular tuple, after deleting the tuple, if I try to see what is stored in the tuple, the Python shows the error. Right. Let's see this in a practical manner. So already we know what is stored in tuple 1. Let's see by printing tube 1. So we can see by printing the tube 1. So print tube 1. Print tube 1. So what is stored in tube 1? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I am going to use the keyword, that is a command del tube 1. Now it deletes all the values, all the elements in the tube 1. Now if I use print statement and then if I try to see what is stored in tube 1, what it shows? It shows error. It shows error. Right. Can you understand, students, in a practical manner? Right. I think you might have understood how to access the elements in the tuple, how to delete the tuple, and then how to update the tuple. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.